Good morning. My name is Jim Boyle. I'm with Regal Collision Repair Incorporated in Vallejo, California, and I'm excited to be at the SEMA show here in Las Vegas and to talk about AkzoNobel's Carbeat.
My name is Kurt Kappenstein, General Manager for Regal Collision Repair.
So 2 years ago we came to the SEMA show and we enjoy looking at all these cool cars and great tools. And how did we know we were going to walk into the AkzoNobel booth and see the most important, the most effective tool to manage our business in the show? And that's the Carbeat board that you're seeing right here. And this is actually our shop that you're seeing live. And it's amazing when you can walk up and just look at the bottlenecks that we may have in each department. And so Kirk will kind of give you a walkthrough and show you all of these different departments that we have. Cars being checked in today, disassembly.
As typical in most shops, the waiting for approval on insurance companies will always be shown up as somewhat of a bottleneck, and sometimes as a paint shop as well. So once we have those approvals, we'll be able to move those over to body and then start the repairs, and vice versa with paint, moving it over to reassembly. So this way we can track our daily production.
And so this is live. He just moved that car, so we have this exact board in our shop. So the technicians are trained to, when they're working on a job, to log in and off of it. And so they might be freaking out if we see them move their car, but then the paint shop can watch the body shop and just see what's coming their way. What should I start paint matching? They can really see what their week is going to look like. And what's exciting about it too is we can create reports to see how many hours per day each department wants to produce,
as well as what insurance companies and makes are costing us time. We'll track that as well.
Right, so the first thing that gets you excited about it is to look at the in-process production and how to manage that for your shop. The second part about it is the important, valuable data that it gathers that you're not going to get in any other management system. So for us, the colors mean something. The colors we have identified by an insurance company, right? So say we're a DRP with a couple of different companies. So you'll see, and that helps us decide how we want to prioritize things. So one particular insurance company is purple. The red means it's a total loss, so we can decide, you know, what we're going to do with that.
That's a good point. All of these circles here are colored dots. They all mean something. Mechanical, glass, sublet, total loss, as Jim said, so you can track where your other items are on the estimate without even really looking at the estimate. You know what's already there. You know it needs a pre-scan. You know it needs glass. You know it needs an alignment just by the dots on the board. Or you can come into here and now edit them as well, you know, whatever you need here. So all the notes are in here, estimates here, times are here, technicians are here. Very simple, to the point.
So the technician could see this and see that this is a very small job. It's $173. Maybe the next job that he looks at may be a $16,000 job. This one, they don't have any hours. Maybe this is just a part. So they can look to see, they can figure out themselves the priority of this, right?
Generally speaking, we'll have an update meeting in the morning. That doesn't always happen because of schedules and you know, they're busy. But they know this board is in the middle of the body shop, so they're looking at it all day, every day. They walk by it every minute of the day. It's staring at them. So they can see what's coming in. They can start to predict what's going to be coming down the line as far as repair plans, waiting for parts, body tech, stuff like that. So
basically a technician can create his own list He doesn't have to wait for a production manager to bring him a list. And that's part of why Kirk says, you know, your traditional breakout meeting in the morning, maybe you have everybody gather around and figure out who's doing what. You don't really need that. You can do that if you want to, if you feel that's important for you, but we find that we don't have to have it every single morning and everybody has to listen to that. We don't have to have a crazy production meeting. A technician can come in, look at his name, push it, it'll bring all his jobs open. He can print a list if he wants a piece of paper to show the list. And Kirk, if you'll show him, Kirk can actually prioritize and he can move one car in front of the other. So like right now it shows right here, you can organize it and decide which one is the priority, top to bottom, or you don't need to do that. You can look at by technician. There's just so many ways to use this tool, it's amazing. So the most recent thing that we've added to this, because we're learning how to use it even about a year later, we've added in our sublet, right? So some glass we do in-house, a lot of glass we'll sublet. So we're training our sublet vendor to use this board. Kirk can make a note in there, put a button on it, and our glass guy can come in to the shop, look at the production board, and look to see what he's assigned.
So our glass guy knows if nobody's around to figure out which vehicles he's working on that day, he can go to the board and look for the blue dots and go find that car and just do it and leave. Very simple, very simple.
So when we walk in, we can look to see, right, where our bottlenecks are. Where do we need to shift help, maybe from the body shop to the paint shop, or maybe if our detailer is just overwhelmed, right, it's getting close to, you know, that part of the day, if we need to shift labor to do that. It lets our people know, right, we want to track the keys to keys cycle time. Now we can track the cycle time for each department, and then we can load level immediately where we need to do that depending on which day it is. And the technicians can look at it themselves. That's why the board's in the shop. We have it on each desktop in the front office. And the way our shop is set up, that was always why we had a problem in production, because our front office is completely across the parking lot, separate from the production area, and they're constantly back and forth walking. What do you want me to do next? Each body man, a painter, whatever. So it saves a lot of time.
And that's what's nice about it. It's all live data. So as it's being moved in the shop, you can see it moving on your desktop, and you know exactly where it's at all times.
So all of this departmental moving back and forth, each technician is trained to do that. They want to do it. And what's awesome about it is it gathers historical data, and then we can use that to help manage the shop, okay? And so it creates these, what they call Tableau reports. And it's something unlike we've ever had. And so this is our shop, right? And so we're concerned about how much time does it spend in check-in, how much time does it spend in repair plan, how much time does it spend in body, paint, sublet, total loss. I don't know how long we've wanted to track total losses. This gathers our cycle time, our average RO, what type of car. It can tell us how long, say a Ford Transit van will be waiting for parts. It'll tell us how long we'll be waiting for approvals from USAA. It'll tell us how long each technician, that's what's so valuable about moving those and moving them accurately, is to gather accurate data. And this is not somebody telling us what we're doing. This is our information, and it's not shared with anybody else. So,
and the most important fact of that is on these DRP programs where you're getting report cards and you're getting what they say your numbers currently are. Now you can truly tell how true and accurate those numbers are.
These are not weighted numbers. These are not averages. These are not compared to somebody else, your ranking. These are your numbers.
Moment to moment.
These are the last 52 weeks. What did we perform? And this is the last 4 weeks, right? So our average RO in the last 4 weeks was $3,555. The last 52 weeks, it was $3,493. You can see we're a little slow into the repair, but we're very fast out. Over the year, the benchmark that we have set is 7.7. We're at 6.1.